Stevens, and my project is called Forget Me Not. It's an Alzheimer's image analysis using a convolutional neural network. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm a sales professional turned data scientist, and I have a passion for learning, health, nutrition, and my little pup Pickles. Alzheimer's is currently the sixth leading cause of death in the US, affecting 5.4 million Americans. By 2050, it's anticipated to increase an additional 13.8 million. It is speculated, though, that early detection could be the key to treating Alzheimer's. Therefore, I want to know, with the advancement in technology, can we use supervised learning to predict Alzheimer's? I received my data from Kaggle. They offer an Alzheimer's image data set that features over 5,000 images of four classifications: no dementia, very mild, moderate, and mild. Now, as you can see with the graph on the right, that there is a severe class imbalance. Looking at the raw data, there are a couple key differences that I want to point out to you. The first being that a noticeable butterfly shape becomes more pronounced as the stage becomes more severe. Second, being that there is atrophy in the gray matter on the exterior of the brain. Now, these are just raw images of the classes, and I was curious that if we brought in and averaged the data, would we still see these same features in the averaged classes? As you can see in this image, you do notice the butterfly shape becoming more apparent as the stage of Alzheimer's progresses, and in addition to the atrophy of gray matter. After I mean the values of the data, I then applied a couple different filters, and the Canny filter provided me the most distinguishable difference between the classes, which is depicted on the right. For my model, I used a convolutional neural network. These are superior and deep learning for image data, as well as an AWS EC2 instance to decrease my processing time. After I built my model in TensorFlow, which included 24 layers of convolutional, dense, and dropout, I then attempted to generate additional images to rebalance and account for that class imbalance I had. Ultimately, then, I evaluated my test data. So let's look at what my model predicted correctly and incorrectly. This first image, the true class, is moderate dementia. However, my model predicted it as no dementia. The second image, the true class, was no dementia, yet my model predicted it as very mild. However, this image of very mild, my model predicted it correctly as very mild. And lastly, this class of no dementia, my model predicted it as no dementia. So let's look at the results. I decided to focus on recall, and I had a score of 54%. Now, being that this is multi-class, I do want to make you aware that that's actually 2 times better than random chance. And looking at the confusion matrix, I wanted to see where my model was predicting. And as you can see, it was heavily predicting no dementia and very mild. So what this is telling me is maybe my class creating those image generators wasn't as effective as I had hoped. And clearly looking at the mild and moderate, where it had very low, if any, predictions, would account for that. So with further additional measures to consider, I'd probably go back and look at my image generator, maybe look into some weighting or thresholds, and even image segmentation. But ultimately, I am pretty pleased that my model predicted 2 times better than random chance, because overall, Alzheimer's diagnosis actually involves much more than an MRI. It involves a patient's past family history. It involves cognition tests, blood and urine samples. So I think what we have is a really unique opportunity for technology and healthcare to work together in hopes of advancing Alzheimer's predictions. And I'd be happy to take any questions.